Hey there! アーサーです。IU-Connect の生徒さんにもお医者さんが何人もいるので、今回の動画はお医者さんのために作りました。外国人の患者さんが来日した。嬉しいですよね。でも同時にちょっと緊張しませんか？日本人の患者さんなら慣れている。日本語でも対応すればいいんですね。でも英語となると、なんと言えばいいんだろう。変な印象は与えたくない。
Hi, I have a cold.
What's the matter with you?
What? I just sat down. What's the problem?
今回の動画では外国人の患者さんとの会話を最初から最後までステップバイステップで一緒に学びたいと思います。これであなたが自信を持って英語で対応できるようになって、その患者さんがまた来たいと思ってくれたら僕はすごく嬉しいです。よろしくお願いします。So, what is the key to having good interactions with foreign patients?
さ、患者さんの悩みを解決した方がいいんじゃない？
But other than that ですね。英語を勉強しているお医者さんの多くは完璧な英語を話すことが大事、正確に症状を説明できることと思っているんです。But actually, that's not the case. You know, I've been to a lot of clinics in Japan, and some of those experiences were really tough. You know, when I go to the doctor's office and sit down, sometimes the atmosphere just feels off. You know, they could talk to me in English or in Japanese because I can understand it, but the doctor looks nervous or uncomfortable. You know, I didn't feel like the doctor really listened to me, and many times my problems actually didn't get better. But it's not just me. You know, a lot of foreign patients have this experience in Japan. And this is the key to having good interactions in English. So it's not to speak English correctly. It's to listen and make them feel heard. And you know, you actually don't need to speak English really well to do that. Let me show you what that looks like. Let's go through the interaction step by step. First, the first step. It's the first contact and greeting. You know they're nervous, so we need to make them feel at ease so they can talk about their problems more openly. You know, in the US, lots of doctors do that by introducing themselves this way. Hi, I'm Dr. Tanaka, and I'll be helping you today. This is simple, but let's break it down bit by bit. Each piece is very important. First, hi, a natural greeting with a smile and eye contact. You know, this makes the atmosphere, I can't speak English, the atmosphere feel more friendly. Then, I'm Dr. Tanaka. You're giving them your name, how they should call you. It builds a connection. Then, I'll be helping you today. Help という言葉はポイントですね。Using the word help shows that you're on their side and they feel like they can relax and be more open.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tanaka and I'll be helping you today.
Oh, great.
See, guys, we haven't even started and I already feel better.
ね、誰に話しかけてんの？
Now, after you introduce yourself, next you ask them, well, how would you like me to call you? 何とお呼びすればいいですかっていうことですね。How would you like me to call you puts the choice in their hands. It says, I respect you. You're a person, not a chart number. And when they tell you their name, you say, Oh, 名前 Nice to meet you. 名前を教えてもらったら、その名前をちゃんと繰り返してください。That tiny moment of recognition, it changes the atmosphere in the room. And the patient goes from I'm a foreigner at a Japanese clinic to, oh, this person sees me. I like this person.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tanaka and I'll be helping you today. How would you like me to call you?
Yeah, you can just call me Arthur.
Oh, Arthur. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Now, after that, we have step 2, the goal. You know, in Japanese, people normally ask, 今日はどうされましたか? But be careful here. If you look up どうした in a translator, you'll get what's wrong with you or what happened or what's the matter with you. Now, these are direct translations, and actually in English, they're used a lot when you're angry. So, what's the matter with you in English can sound like a criticism, like the patient did something wrong.
Hi, I have a cold.
What's the matter with you?
What? I just sat down. What's the problem?
You're the problem.
I know.
So, what should you say instead? Well, you can say, what brings you in today? I talked about in detail in this video from forever ago, but what brings you is a nice way to ask for the reason someone does something.
Hey, Arthur,
Mhm.
what brought you to Japan?
Yeah, I really like Japanese culture, so I came here to study for a year. What brought you here?
You ask me?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd make a real reason, but okay.
Then after that, what's the next step? What's step 3? Well, actually, it's a bit complicated. Depending on the situation, you'll ask more follow-up questions, or you'll start the examination, or you may need to explain something. So I can't teach everything, but the key point is this. 何かをする前に、これから何をするかを伝えておくことです。So if you want to ask more questions, you say, I'm going to ask you some questions. Or if you want to check them, you can say, I'm going to examine you now. The patient knows what is coming. There are no surprises, and it lets them relax.
So what kind of pain do you have? Is it a sharp pain or more of an ache?
More of like soft pain.
A soft pain?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been feeling that way?
Maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, that's tough. And
Yeah.
when do you feel that pain? When does it hurt?
When I'm like bored.
When you're bored?
Mm-hmm.
You get that pain when you're bored? Okay, well, I'm gonna examine you now. Let me take your blood pressure.
Okay.
This is weird. Okay.
As long as you keep that rule, it's hard for things to go wrong. The patient, they feel like you're listening to them. They are much more likely to speak honestly with you. でもここで気になっている方が多いと思うんですね。What if there's a word you don't know or an expression you don't know? Well, honestly, at this point, you can use a translator. Every situation is different, and there are words, so many different words for different situations. Learning all the words for all the situations ahead of time isn't realistic. And honestly, even the patients don't know that kind of doctor speak. And so you can look it up as you go. That's the best way. But here's the important part. You've already shown that you care, that you listen to them. So the patients don't really mind. They know you're not a native English speaker, but you listen to them and you hear them. And that's what's most important. So they will wait and they'll be happy and they will come back and recommend you to other foreign people that they know. And as you get more experiences, you'll get used to using English. You'll start to look up words less and less. Your English will get more natural. And before you realize it, you won't need to rely on a dictionary or a translator anymore. When a foreign patient comes, you can handle everything 100% in English confidently. But it starts here with listening to them, explaining in simple English that you can use now. And that's the most important thing. And now for the final step, step 4, leaving. When they get up to leave with a smile on their face, you can say, hope you feel better. It's small messages like this that keep people coming back.
Hope you feel better.
Thanks.
もう一度流れを整理しましょうね。Hi, I'm Dr. Tanaka, and I'll be helping you today. How would you like me to call you? Oh, name. Nice to meet you. What brings you in today? I see. I'm going to ask you some questions about that. Thank you. I'm going to examine you now. Okay, thanks. Hope you feel better. 全部シンプルですよね。難しい単語は一つもない。大事なのは英語の正しさではなく相手に届けるメッセージですね。あなたの話を聞いていますよ。次に何が起こるか教えますよ。あなたは安心していいですよっていうメッセージですね。このメッセージが伝わったら 英語がシンプルでも患者さんはその先生は信頼できると思ってくれます。英語を実際に話せるようになる鍵は自転車と同じように実際に使うことですね。ただいざ外国人の対面して話す機会があったら頭が真っ白になって言葉が出てこないケースが多いです。僕もそうでした。日本語を4年間毎日2時間勉強しました。でも実際に日本に来たら全く話せなくて本当に悔しい思いをしました。でもあることにフォーカスするだけで僕と僕の生徒さんが驚くほど早く話せるようになって人生が劇的に変わりました。具体的にどうしたかは心から知りたい方に届けたくて無料動画講座にまとめました。今の英語学習で満足しているのであれば問題ないですね。ぜひこちらの動画をご覧ください。でももし終わりのない英語学習から抜け出して本当に実際に話せるようになりたいのであればこの動画講座はこちらからタップしてまた概要欄にあるリンクをタップしてぜひご登録ください。メールでお届けしますのでいつでもご視聴いただけます。As always, enjoy your English adventures and これからも一緒に世界とつながりましょう。See you next time. Bye bye.
What brought you to Japan?
There you go.
What brought you to Japan?
What brought you to Japan?
What
Yeah.
brought you
What
to
brought?
Japan?
What brought? What
What are
brought?
you wearing? Pink?
ブラじゃない。
Red? Purple?
It's blue. It's blue. Okay.
That's
Okay.